Hi, I here. This is a reading for the sign of Aries. We're going to do a Celtic cross spread with the Thoth deck, and what we see on the bottom of the deck is going to represent what you don't see coming. And once we get an idea of what the general message of this reading is going to be, we're going to pull 3 cards from the shadow deck to see if there's anything in your subconscious that we should be aware of, or any further clarifications we might need. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so today we're tuning in to the energy of the sign of Aries. So if that is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, or however else you choose to identify today with the sign of Aries, you can use that as a way to interpret the messages that are coming through. And if the details don't fit, that's okay. Don't try to force them. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And if a lot of the details really aren't making any sense, or things just really aren't fitting, again, you can always check your other placements, or you can just stick around and see what's going on in the world of other Aries. Okay, so what do we got today? What messages are coming through? What things should we think about? What things should we meditate upon? Is there anything that we should be warned about? Things we should look out for? Any things that we can look forward to? Things we should try to put our energy into? Any opportunities that we might want to seize? What messages can we receive today for those who are trying to tap in to the energy of the sign of Aries? Alright. Okay, that feels good. So let's see what we got. So in the present, we have Queen of Cups. Very nice. All right, that's that strong, nurturing, emotional energy, that feeling of love that doesn't just, express a care for one another, but it's the kind of love that really fuels and strengthens you. The kind of water energy that really helps things grow, and it's like that nice summer rain that just, it's not just refreshing, but there's like a almost sort of like earthy, like nutrients to it that just, it's like it really wants to help bring you in, hold you, and make you feel safe. It's that warm blanket kind of feeling, on a cold day. Really nice, really good energy to be in. So let's get some context for where this is coming from. Well, look at that. We got an Ace of Cups. So that feels really nice. So we've got the Queen of Cups. I'm feeling like she's the one carrying the Ace of Cups here, which is, usually the bearer of the suit that you're working with is the princess or the page. But this feels even more empowered. This feels really good. This is just like pure, pure just pure what's the word I want to say here? It's uncorrupted. I don't know. That feels a little strong, but this is just nice, pure love energy. So someone or something is really giving you that feeling of warm fuzzies right now. I'm guessing. So let's put this in context. Okay, we have a Prince of Swords and a Chariot. Okay, I like that. The Lovers and the Queen of Discs. Okay. We have the Arc card. We have the Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. Wow, okay, so that's cool. That's a lot of major arcana. A lot of major arcana. So we've got the Lovers, the Chariot, the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Temperance card. So this is, oh, that's powerful with us, and with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups right there in the center of all of this. This this is a lot of really nice energy. This is really good. Um, so I'm excited to see what this is gonna kind of bring out as we go through it bit by bit. But there's a lot happening here. Um, Now, in terms of the distribution of the four elements, though, it's not. It's a lot of water, a little bit of fire here. I mean, we've got the temperance, a little bit of fire there with Mercury and the Magus up there. But really, the only pure fire energy we have here is the Nine of Wands. In terms of our other energies, we got a decent bit of water, right? We have a Queen of Cups, we have an Ace of Cups, we have the Queen of Discs is our Earth energy that's coming through here, and the Prince of Swords over there for our air. But lots of major arcana here, so let's just get a sense of what's happening here. So, like I said, we have the Queen of Cups in the center there. There's that really warm, nurturing love that just it makes you feel safe and comforted. It's that feeling of like really being at home with whoever this is or whatever this is for you. And it's the Ace of Cups that's crossing it. So that right there is just a big ball of love coming out of the middle. Something really, really positive, emotional joy that's really happening there. Now, what is around it, it seems a little bit of out of focus. So perhaps this is something that you're trying to seek and you're kind of tapping into it right now and trying to hold on to that. So in the recent past with the Prince of Swords, there's a little bit of sort of almost chaotic confusion I'm feeling. Maybe trying to figure out your way, feeling a little lost, trying to clear your head, make sense of what it is you really want to be moving towards. I think love is what you are trying to move towards, right? This positive emotional cup energy, this really powerful cup energy is what you're trying to get to, but perhaps the path to it is not immediately clear. So your head's kind of all over the place. You're trying to kind of reel in all of these different thoughts about, maybe you're a very busy person. You're thinking about, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta that, and not really making time for the nurturing activities in your life that really bring you inner peace. So when I say love energy, I'm not saying like this is like a romantic partner or anything that's like, oh, I'm trying to move towards that energy. No, this is the energy of trying to find something that really makes you feel warm and happy inside. Whatever that is for you, whatever the joy is that you're trying to find and move closer towards. I feel like in the recent past, this was a bit more of a struggle than it is in the current moment. Really, with all these distractions, all these things that you're trying to pull into focus and kind of balance all of these different thoughts that are running in your head, it's almost as if they are like a big swarm of flies or something that are just like you're trying to swat them away, and I'm just like I want to feel comfortable and happy, and not being able to really get that into focus. But pulling it together, and with the Queen of Cups, since it's a court card, I'm guessing it's probably a person that kind of helps bring this sort of balance to you. Maybe you're a person that's kind of all over the place with what you're trying to do at any given time, and you need someone that can just be like, it's all good, just breathe for a minute, and everything's gonna be chill. And I think that's the person that is the Queen of Cups energy that is being brought to you. Again, it doesn't have to be a person. It may be an activity, but it's some external force in your life that gives you that zen-like focus to be able to pull things together and be calm. Um, but I mean, I don't want to say it just in terms of focus, because it's not like you're trying to get clarity of thought just in the sense of trying to like focus on a thing to think about. It's almost like I'm getting the vibe that it's you're getting clarity of thought that is helping you sort of calm down so that you can be receptive to more positive things coming into your life. So I almost don't mean like a zen like focus. You're not trying to like put all of your energy into like a pinpoint sort of precision. It's clearing out the noise so that you can be a little bit more relaxed and receptive. Is what I'm feeling is happening here. And so then I think once you experience whatever that is, that allows you to get to this place where you can fill that cup that is inside of you with whatever it is that makes you feel really good about your life and the things you do. And then have this followed by the chariot is, I think, once you then tap into this experience, I'm feeling like this is like a guided meditation sort of like blueprint here. Maybe it's not even an event. This is just like, this is how you get in touch with yourself. But it's like you clearing away this noise, finding this thing that makes you happy, this Queen of Cups that really nurtures who your true self is, and that allows you to then start filling your inner Ace of Cups with the positive energy you need to feel good. And then with the Chariot, you're trying to keep all of that contained. Once you fill yourself with that positive energy, you're like, okay, good, I'm feeling nice. Now let's not lose it. Let's not let it pour back out of me. And so this is you trying to go back into the world where you have all these distractions that really get in the way of you staying focused, and trying to maintain that same feeling you felt going into this experience. Okay, so this is sort of like the premeditative exercise of calming down and just letting positivity come into you, letting the positivity come into you, and then trying to hold on to it as you move forward. Okay, so I really feel like I think this is something you do regularly. I don't think this is like a timeline of events occurring. This is just like, this is what you're feeling. And this is how you deal with the things that you're feeling when times get maybe rough, in some way. Now, underneath all of this, we've got the Lovers. So again, more of this energy of love, obviously, a little on the nose there, right? Um, but I always think more of the Lovers in terms of the choice, the commitment to some sort of, left, right, yes, no, is it this way, that way, this person, that person. The Lovers is about, conjoining yourself with a particular decision that this is the path I'm going to take now, and I'm going to integrate this into myself. And that union of coming together is why this is a Gemini card. It's two extremes pulling together. So when you go through this experience and you're feeling this positive, warm, loving energy inside of you, I think the Lovers card is essentially what's underneath all of that, sort of fueling that it it's like you're trying to get a sense of what to let inside of yourself when you're in this meditative state, and this Lovers card is that actual experience of figuring out what it is to pull inside. So again, it's like you're trying to get the noise to go away. You're trying to open your cup up so that you can be receptive to whatever the positive things the universe wants to give you to feel. And the Lovers is your internal mind, like figuring out each case that this happens in, what thing it is that you want to fill that cup with. And I feel like this is like, you've got like a missing piece you're trying to put inside of yourself. And every time you're tapping into this experience, it's like you're channeling the energy of the Lovers and in terms of like trying to put that missing piece back inside of you. And that's what gives you that I mean, look how powerful that picture on the Ace of Cups is, right? I mean, there's like light of God kind of like shining out of that, kind of like supercharged, powerful energy. And that's how you feel when you really let the things that matter to you come into your life. But for you to do that, you have to really make sense of the things that matter to you. And that's what I think the Lovers card here is sort of representing, you getting in touch with that and then letting that in. And then once all of that is let inside of you and you've got all of this nice, awesome energy inside of you, you're then crowning all of this is the Queen of Discs. So what is above you as you're experiencing all of this is what I'm seeing you do as you sort of then move out and navigate into the world. So you've got all this nice positive energy that you're soaking in. You're kind of keeping yourself in alignment. Again, this feels like a meditation routine I mean, maybe you're someone who meditates regularly. I don't know, but maybe this is something you should try. But once you have all of that energy inside of you, then I think that is what empowers you to be less in this frantic, cluttered state of mind and more in this calm, grounded state that you see the Queen of Discs in up there at the top. I mean, look how, like, she's just super chill right there, right? She's just sitting there, she's holding her disc in her hand, and is just looking over where she's been and what she's gone through. And this is probably a good thing to do while you're in this meditative state, is to actually reflect on what you have been through and how it has defined you as a person, and to reflect on the positive things that have been brought into your life that have made you feel really good about who you are and what you've accomplished. Okay, so really nice. Again, feels like a practice here. It's like we start in this cluttered headspace. We then have to figure out what it is we want to attach our energy to. So we look for this Queen of Cups that's going to bring this positive energy into us. The Lovers is then the integration of whatever the Queen is bringing to you that you can then fill your cup with. And we use the Chariot energy on the other side to kind of keep all of this sort of nicely contained once it's filled. And then once all that energy is then all pulled together, you move forward and you're embodying that awesome Queen of Discs energy, almost like a plant soaking in a whole bunch of nutrients and just feeling really nice and warm after a nice watering, right? So that's what's that I'm feeling is happening right here. Really, really awesome. Okay. Again, not a lot of a story here, not exactly a timeline. There's no narrative quite, but that's I'm feeling this like this is like an experience of something that you can either do or do regularly. So now on this edge here, this is where we've got we've got even more major arcana. This is almost all major arcana except for the Nine of Wands. This is the Art card. This is the Temperance card in other decks. This is your general energy, and I think that's what this whole cross here is. This is what this is. This is this temperance activity of taking in all of this energy inside of you and transmuting that into something that makes you feel empowered and stronger and bigger as you're experiencing your life. So again, I think this whole experience here can almost be summed up, and then this is sort of if someone were to be watching you go through this experience, this isn't literally what they'd see, but this is sort of like a symbolic representation of what that might look like, of you taking in all of this energy of fire and water and pulling it inside of yourself, right? There's a little bit of a comparison here with the different forces of the Chariot here, of really there's so much duality happening here too, right? So I really feel like this is you getting back into focus with yourself and in alignment with what makes you feel grounded. And in the environment, we have the Nine of Wands. I think this experience of going through this then gets you ready to push forward with whatever difficult tasks are ahead. Maybe the idea here is that this is a process of something you should try whenever you're faced with a difficult task. When something that you're trying to deal with feels a little overwhelming, a way of getting grounded and ready to handle this activity is to go through this meditative process of clearing the noise, opening yourself up, pulling inside of yourself something that makes you feel whole, and then letting that empower you. This is the process of basically turning yourself into a work of art by pulling in all of this external energy and letting it be a fuel for you. And once you are ready with that fuel, you've got the Queen of Discs sort of nice calm elegance, but there's a strength that's inside of all of that as well. A power where she looks comfortable and she's ready to just relax and have a good time. But if things need to get real, she's ready to jump in and deal with those situations as they unfold. And that's possibly why we have the challenge is the Wheel of Fortune. Usually that's interpreted as good luck, but I see it here in the challenge in the sense that it's probably some random event that is something you have to face. Maybe you are someone that encounters a lot of difficult obstacles in your day-to-day life, and there's a lot of things that you have to address, and you never know exactly what new chaos the world is going to put in front of you. So you've got to go through and try to deal with these new opportunities or distractions or challenges as they unfold. And again, I think that might put you in this sort of cluttered, detached headspace that you're trying to break away from with the Prince of Swords, trying to pull that focus back in together. And I think whenever these opportunities that you're not quite expecting to present themselves are put in front of you, good or bad, whenever they are, again, I think this is the process of you trying to get grounded and deal with that so you can move forward and face it head on with the power of the magician, right? So you've got the strength here to be able to attack whatever new opportunity is put in front of you. Even if you've been through thing after thing after thing you've had to deal with, you're ready to attack new challenges. And those challenges allow you to increase the power that you're channeling as you go through this grounding process. I mean, you're doing all of these breathing exercises, and maybe you're visualizing like positive things that you want to do with your time and energy. And this is helping you overcome these challenges. And I'm seeing that really you have the energy of the Queen of Discs and your calm, grounded control of the situation. But again, you're ready in case things get real. You've got that power to sort of whip out if things need to get, kind of intense and you need to lay down the law a little bit, and not in a like oppressive sort of way, but in a constructive, ready to face things kind of way. And that's what I think the magician is you sort of, even if you don't know exactly how to deal with every problem as it presents itself, you're able to channel that magician energy of being able to manifest the tools you need as the problems arise. You've got everything you need in order to be able to deal with new situations. It's just a matter of tapping into it and getting in control in it with that. And I think that's what this whole alignment sort of exercise is all about. Is building your own power by sitting in your kind of calm space, grounding yourself, filling yourself with the things that make you feel important, and really sitting and bathing in that love energy, so that way when things get difficult, you're ready to face them with a positive attitude, and hopefully you'll be able to address them in the most constructive, positive way possible. So hope that made some sense. Again, I don't really feel a narrative here as much as a sort of just, this is like an energy that I'm feeling kind of that you can tap into. And again, maybe this is something you should try to do when you're faced with difficult energies. Maybe try to meditate a little more and get in touch with that. So let's see what you don't see coming. We have the Six of Wands, victory. Yeah, like I said, whenever you are faced with whatever the Wheel of Fortune throws at you, good or bad, just the unexpected dropping into your lap, the more you practice this kind of breathing, channeling, grounding sort of exercise, it's going to allow you to be able to handle those difficult situations and come to victory. And if you're feeling in a setting of a little bit of self-doubt, again, remember, you've got the power of the magician to bring forward whatever tools you need, as long as you take the time to calmly reflect on the situation and how you should best address it. You'll be able to find this victory. So that feels really good. Feels really good. Again, I mean, whatever. This isn't any particular situation. I'm not saying that you have a victory coming. I'm just saying that doing this process is going to lead you towards a path of more likely a victory as you address these things in a constructive, positive way. So, all right, let's see what the shadow deck has for us. So we're just going to pull 3 cards from here and see what we get. So what's going on in your subconscious? Maybe we can get a little sense of what you should be visualizing as you're doing whatever this sort of breathing yogic exercise is for you. Okay, feels good. Page of Spheres, the Nine of Cups, and the Hermit. Okay. So with the Page of Spheres, that is the bearer of the energy of Earth coming in to share that energy with you. So if we're trying to channel that energy of the Queen of Discs, yeah, I think as you're going through this process of pulling that love energy into you and trying to hold on to it and keep it in alignment with, just kind of visualizing holding all of that in and not letting it out, and letting it sort of energize you. Yeah, I can definitely get a sense that you would get a little bit of a Page of Spheres kind of vibe from that. You've got all that love inside of you, and as you let that soak into you, you're going to probably feel a little bit more in your own skin. You're going to feel a little bit more connected to your body and the earth around you, and just you're really feeling that grounding energy. And then once you're starting to feel that grounded energy, pull that inward and then project it forward as Queen of Discs energy as you're navigating the physical world. So this is like pulling that energy of connectedness to the things around you, sort of like just pulling that into you as you're soaking in this positive cup energy, and letting that grow and grow and grow until you feel ready to sort of stand tall and walk forward confidently. And as the Queen of Discs, really feeling grounding in your own skin, and feeling really good about it too. With the Nine of Cups, that's the joy, happy card of really feeling that positive energy inside of you, that happiness, that cloud nine. I'm on top of the world. I'm just feeling happy kind of energy. Really hold that inside, and take that power of the chariot, that alignment of pulling the things together so that the chariot can move forward. And then as you move forward, again, I think you're walking into the world as the Queen of Discs, ready to use everything you've experienced, and confidently address problems as they arise. And when needed, as the magician, you pull out your tools and try to address them with the sort of mental things you've learned along the way, the tools that allow you to address different kind of problems in unique, creative ways. Now the Hermit's a little interesting. I'm getting the vibe of the Hermit is trying to bring into this picture that more of that inner light, that star that is inside of you, rather than the star that you follow, but the star that's within you, that you hold inside your heart, that is the thing you tap into to get some of this power. I think that's sort of the inner fire of the Temperance card here. So there's water and fire here. I think this fire is representative of that star that the Hermit carries with him in his lantern, that you can visualize as being that warm center of your heart, that you're nurturing it with all this nice coating of cup energy, but at the heart of it there is a fire that burns, and that's the art that comes from the balancing of those two things, the fire and the water. So that's what I'm feeling. The Hermit is representative of that inner power. It's like you have the Hermit star is like this like ball of fire, and you've got the Nine of Cups sort of water that's just sort of sitting around this ball of fire. And perhaps that's what the Page of Spheres walks up to you and says, here, take this. You've got fire, you've got water, you've got earth, and when you pull all of that together into alignment and get your mind focused and clear, that's the Magician energy, and you've got really all four elements really coming into nice focus there, and that's what allows you to have this power to address whatever you're trying to deal with. So let's run a little long, so let me wrap this up here. Here we have the Lovers again, right on top of the Lovers. Again, I feel like that is you trying to, whatever it is that you need to be that key that unlocks all of this inside of you, that missing piece that you need to commit yourself to, that thing that you pull into yourself to feel important, the thing that gives you meaning in your life. That's what the Lovers is in this reading that I'm feeling, at least. It's that, and so this is sort of like two sides. I mean, really, I feel like this is just a confirmation. If I'm being perfectly honest, this doesn't feel like a new message. It's just saying that really underneath all of this is you connecting with whatever it is that you love. Not necessarily a romantic relationship, but the thing that you love. And so you've got all this power inside of you. You just have to use that key to unlock all of that and let it out. And you can, once you learn to channel that energy, you can really take on anything. Even if you're not successful at whatever it is you're dealing with, you can at least, face it confidently and feel really good about the outcome regardless of how it plays out. So yeah, a bit of a weird reading. Like I said, no real narrative here. I'm just kind of feeling a sort of a vibe of a way to sort of tap into your inner energy, but in a really calm way. Not in a really like. It's about really taking that chaos and pulling it into a nice balanced, cohesive sort of ball of awesomeness, right? Huh. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this. As I said, maybe this is something you can try in your routine to kind of help yourself stay grounded. And as always, if there are any messages that came through that I did not touch upon, or there's anything that you have a sort of different sort of interpretation comes to you as you're looking at these images or thinking about the cards here, always use your intuition. Let the messages come through as they need to. I'm just giving you a sense of what I'm getting from these cards. So. As I said, I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. If you have any comments you'd like to share, any feedback, or things you would like to discuss, please leave a comment down below. And if you know anyone else that would enjoy this or any of my other videos, please share them as you see fit. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.